It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, they were undefeated against this squad last season, going 3-0. We'll see if they can continue that dominance. Guys, how about Dirk Nowitzki? He showed he can still dial it back a little and still be one of the biggest offensive threats in the game. How long can this keep going on, Chuck?
Well, whatever he's drinking, I want to get a brewery of that. He can play at a very high level for at least a couple more years, and he could do it into his mid-40s. Wow.
The Mavericks are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Look at the Lakers. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year. And before...
Well, Mavs said...
Great stuff, DA. Thank you. And the Mavericks last season acquiring Wes Matthews. They thought they'd make a huge free agent coup in acquiring center DeAndre Jordan, but he ended up backing out of his verbal agreement. It's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Measury, he's checked in for Bogut. Mike Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Evan Harris is checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Williams in for J.J. Barea. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Harris and Barnes. Deron Williams out there with Harris. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Measury in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Just two to shoot. Barnes can't get it to go.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Harris against Young. Pass to Williams. To the middle. Here's Powell. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, let's take a look at last year's Dallas Mavericks and where they ranked in the NBA. Second in fewest turnovers per game. Third in free throw percentage. And they were in the top half of the league in lowest opponent scoring as well. This is a team that has shown improvement defensively, and they feel like they're not done yet.
Yeah, and the stat I look to, though, is the low turnovers. They did such a great job of limiting their mistakes, really maximizing their opportunities offensively.
Barnes outside. Back to Powell. Outside Williams. Shoots. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's the professor. He's guarded by Williams. And there's Randle on the assist by Dang. 6 points for Julius Randle.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Dang. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Stolen away. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Lakers ahead. They're up by 4. And we'll be back in... Behind every player is a story. Earlier, we caught up with Prez to talk about it.
Yeah, you know, after my dad passed away, it was tough. He was always encouraging me to think long term.
Well, I'm I'm sure he is. A player's family life, guys, can have such a big impact on their career.
Absolutely. Knowing you have the love and support of the people closest to you, I think it's a huge motivator to keep getting better. Even though Prez endured some hardship, I think he was able to overcome it and develop into a special player because of that. And he's right. His dad would be proud.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Los Angeles?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Dwight Powell is out there with Harris and Barnes. And it's Matthews, then there's Harris, and it's Mejri in at the 5. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dirk Nowitzki says he can still picture himself as that kid from Würzburg. And to him, it's surreal being listed among the legends atop the NBA scoring charts. Coach Rick Carlisle is less circumspect. He said there's never been a 7-footer who's played his position the way he's played it to his age. And he has a lot of good basketball left in him. Kevin?
Thanks, DA, a game that's built to last. Matthews, no one around him. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And the Lakers, the franchise with the best winning percentage in NBA history, but that's in jeopardy this season.
Yeah, that's right. The Spurs are a close second, and if the Spurs finish with about 14 more wins than the Lakers this season, they'll claim that all-time spot.
Nice piece of work there. Give yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Clarkson against Barea. Harris dishes to Matthews. Pope loose, 6 to shoot. Here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
The instincts of Ingram, just seeing a lane and pouncing on it in a blink of an eye.
Outside Matthews. Barea kicks to Harris. Takes a 3. Good on the triple. Harris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Clarkson against Harris. Clarkson kicks to Ingram. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
No stopping Ingram when he's in rhythm, especially when he gets a pass in the spot he loves pulling the trigger from.
On the wing, Harris. Passes it to Mejri. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Mejri's got his first points of the game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist. Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
There's the pick. Kicks to Powell. Matthews with it. He's picked up by Dang. Clock at 4. He tries for 3. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Matthews. The Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. And Wes Matthews last summer coming off surgery to repair a torn Achilles tendon. And Greg, were you surprised to see the Mavericks laid out 4 years and $70 million under those circumstances?
A bit of a gamble, but with the technology of recovery today, they had to feel pretty confident. And one of the toughest, most dedicated players we have in our league, they said if anyone could come back from this, it would be him. And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense.
And so it's a close game.
Your Lakers, 35. 30.
All right, settle in, guys. This game is ours to lose.
We have a close ball game on our hands. Los Angeles with some changes. Julius Randle's checked in for Gian Leon. Clarkson comes in for Williams. And the professor subbed in for Russell. Dallas also making some changes. Measury, he's checked in for Bogut. Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Harris subbed in for Matthews. Clarkson and Ingram fill out the wings. Julius Randle is out there with Mozgov. And it's the professor in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Harris. Here's the professor, and he's good on the 3-ball. The professor's got 11. Well, many expected Prez to go first overall when he entered college. Still, going as high as he did in the top 5 says a lot for his prospects as a pro.
And often the best player out of a draft class isn't the first overall pick. That might be the case with Prez. Even though he was passed on, his potential is through the roof. He just needs to live up to it.
Lakers leading by 6.
And you know, you think about the Lakers fan base of 16 million. This team is a national phenomenon. They're one of the most popular teams in the country in any sport. Estimated to be the second most valuable franchise in the league after the New York Knicks.
Dishes it to Powell. Now here's Barea. He's guarded closely. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Harris missing again. Los Angeles has gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. And even with the Lakers struggling to win games, you can bet whenever a big-name free agent hits the market, Lakers can almost always get a meeting.
Yeah, typically they're going to be in that discussion, and they keep their checkbook open just for that reason. I mean, the lure of the big market, the bright lights of L.A., endorsement opportunities, it all holds a certain allure in this day and age.
Clock at 6, feeds to Barea. Shot on the wing. That one wide left.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them.
Bring it in. Take a seat. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Don't quit until the final buzzer goes off.
And field defenders.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had